2K Sports pregame show. Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from Oakland as the Warriors go up against the Orlando Magic. We've seen a lot of quality basketball from this Magic team lately. They haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is
the Magic are out of Orlando and into this interconference game. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, our sideline reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We've got a special treat for you folks tonight. Sports writing heavyweight Bill Simmons is in the house. Bill, welcome to 2K Sports.
What an honor. I've been waiting for the invite for years.
And we've been waiting for the acceptance. Thanks for joining us.
Let's do this.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, we know how dominant the Warriors are, but we also know that turnovers remain their Achilles heel. Now, Steve Kerr says sometimes the game comes too easy for our guy.
DA, thank you. And by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. Draymond Green, everything he brings to the table, his defense, his charisma, his offensive game, a great passing game. Is there a player you compare him to?
Well, I have a soft spot for Draymond because we did the courtside show for HBO, behind the scenes finals thing.
Yes.
Some of the most unbelievable stuff that we couldn't keep in the show.
No kidding.
Draymond is one of a kind because he's basically a center, but the only other center who's really succeeded at his size was Wes Unseld a million years ago. He's a stretch five who doesn't really shoot threes that well, but tends to make them when he absolutely
Steve does not want him taking threes.
No.
Not at all.
But when he actually takes them in a big spot, a lot of times they go in.
No.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's a great yes guy.
Yeah.
I think he brings all their alpha. I don't think Durant and Curry are the traditional alphas, and I think he's kind of the bulldog.
And you need that on a good team, don't you?
And the best thing with him is when he's playing well, they're unstoppable. When he has it, and there's nights, I thought during the 25-game winning streak to start the 16th season, I thought he was incredible. And the intensity that he played with every night was really inspiring.
Triple doubles and
oh my God,
every category.
Taking on crowds and just, I just love that guy.
We got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So on the floor for Orlando, Gordon down low with Bamba next to him. Terrence Ross is out there with money, and it's Isaac into the three slot. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Ross kicks to Isaac. And at the top of the key, Gordon. Ross with it. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Lakers.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whoever he's facing.
They get a hand on it. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And after that game, it was impressive to look at the box score and see the work they did at the free throw line.
And not only what they did in making them, but what they did to get to the line. I mean, they were constantly in attack mode, driving the lane and drawing fouls.
Now, here's Curry. Defense right on him. Durant kicks to Curry. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Orlando, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Bill, you've watched the NBA evolve. Talk about some of the biggest changes over the last decade you've seen.
The three-point line and the threes or foul shots philosophy, I think, is the biggest thing. Just the pace of the game has really improved, and to a really pleasing way for fans. Like just what Steve Nash was doing last decade and those Suns teams, that everybody's playing that way now. I think the social media and the players basically getting rid of the wall between them and the fans, using social media, using Instagram, and we just feel like we know these guys better, and their ability to control their own message now versus where they were 10 years ago. it all started with the decision in LeBron James, and it's carried through this whole decade. And these guys now, they can get whatever message out they want. They can criticize the president. They can criticize their own team. They can ask for a trade. If they get called out by some writer or somebody who writes a hit piece, they can go back at the guy and sick all their fans on the writer.
Now we have a chance to pay homage to the Eastern League money.
They say defense wins championships. Well, it also wins awards, and his defense during this stretch has been nothing short of jaw-dropping. He has been disruptive with his challenges and has accounted for a metric ton of turnovers with his ball hawking. You have to give it up to this man. Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter. Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly, they've been the better team so far.
Right side Durant. Thompson outside. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Here's Money. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Money's got 11.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Durant finds Cousins. Here's Curry with the three. That one, no good. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. Their last game a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
Well, I think the key was the determination and grit and toughness they played with. You got to be focused to do that, and they were.
Bill, several of your books have been bestsellers. How did it feel to see your work so well received around the world?
I think I was really happy that the basketball book did well because I spent a long time writing it, and it was 700 pages. And when it got mailed to me, it was so big, I thought people would just be terrified of it. And, you know, it
I
turns
think
out,
they embraced the
yeah, I think they did. They liked it. I designed it for people to be able to put on their toilet or bring on an airplane or whatever they wanted to do with it. But I was always amazed that there wasn't a basketball book that tried to kind of group all these other books and some of the opinions and all the misinformation. Like the fact that, honestly, the reason I wanted to write the book was just that people thought Will Chamberlain was better than Bill Russell. And yet every single thing written in the 60s was that Bill Russell was better. And all the players would say Bill Russell was better. And when they played together, Bill Russell's team won. So it's like, how do we get to the point where people think Will Chamberlain was better? So it was that and some other stuff that made me want to write the book.
To end the run, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Safe to say that Curry's going to go down as one of the all-time great free throw shooters.
The Warriors shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. That's good from Stephen Curry. And both free throws good for Curry.
You know, he's a steady hand at the free throw line, showing tremendous confidence in this one.
Here's Money, guarded by Curry. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop. Cousins, no one around him. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Bamba passes to Money. To the inside. Gordon, an easy 2 points on the layup.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Curry with a wide open look. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Curry's got 5.
And how about that exhale there? Finally gets one to fall through 6 attempts.
Bill, one shot to win a game. You can pick any player. Who's going to take that shot for you?
Kevin Durant. I think he has the most ways to get a good shot out. I always look at it as, is it a quality shot to get off? So he can post the smaller guy up, he can shoot a 3, He's got the pull-up hissy jumper, as he calls it. He can go to the lane and pump fake and do a little drop step. And I just think he has the most moves. Some people would say LeBron, but am I getting regular season LeBron or playoff LeBron?
Playoff LeBron.
Playoff LeBron would be my number one
He'd
choice.
be pretty good.
Yeah, he'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Regular season LeBron, I'm not as enthused about it.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on. I mean, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
Oh, good with the triple. Talking about last second shot instincts, Bill. You mentioned LeBron, KD. What about Curry? Where does Curry rank in that conversation?
Curry's good.
Top five?
You can guard Curry in those one-on-one situations with the right people. I'm not saying you're going to stop him, but, you know, you put a taller guy on him. And Curry, to me, Curry is the greatest not in the offense scorer I've ever seen in my life, where he can get 32 and hit 10 threes and wasn't really involved in the game. Just, you forget about him for one play and all of a sudden he's in the corner and they're setting him up or he's running off the screen. It's a lot, almost like what Reggie Miller and Ray Allen were able to do, where, yeah, you run them off screens and you tire the guys out and kind of hope the defense forgets they're out there. But he's not a conventional get out of my way guy. So when they get to the rim,
Absolute
score like someone like Donovan Mitchell is.
Curry with the steal. Inside. And Green slams it in.
That's just an incredible find coming from the big man. There's no debating Cousins' smarts on the court. He picks out a pass there that not many guys would have seen.
It's stolen by Green. Now the Warriors moving it up. Cousins with the ball, and it's blocked. They recover it. Yep, it counts. Durant's got his first bucket of the night.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Green kicks to Curry. Rebounded by Isaac. Isaac's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Aaron Gordon is no pushover. Far from it. And with the ability to knock down shots despite contact, this young fella's impressive.
Bill, with last year's do-or-die season finale between Minnesota and Denver, final game of the regular season, momentum is gathering for a play-in tournament for the last 2 playoff spots. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I wrote about this in 07. I called it the entertaining assault tournament, where basically the first 7 seeds were guaranteed, and the 16 teams that didn't make it out of the 2 conferences, they just went head-to-head, single elimination. And then you have the final 2 games in New York City, and you blow it out, and you have fun with it. I think that Minnesota-Denver game is important, and maybe the solution is you have the 6 seeds guaranteed in each conference, and then you have 7, 8, 9, 10 in each conference, and you just have playing games. You have 7 versus 10, you have 8 versus 9. You do it over the course of a couple of days. You use the TV revenue from that, because you could get good money from that to maybe shorten the season, which would be, for me, the #1 thing I would change about the league. I think we should have a 70-game season. You could talk me into 76, but there's too many games. If there's too many nights where the players, I just think basketball's really hard to play.
Magic leading by 15. Here's money on the basket, Gordon. Over Urepko and the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got 8 points.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Looney passes to Durant. Off target from outside. We were talking about the length of the NBA season and various opinions on shortening it. I suppose, Bill, one argument is that you want regular season games to be more significant. And you want that regular season to mean something
A little bit more. They make the pace, I don't know. When you get after the All-Star break, you can really feel these guys slogging through. You know, and especially with the good teams, like a team like Golden State. All they did all year was whine and complain. Oh, well, we knew this would be a hard season. It can't be that hard. You have 4 of the best 20 players. Like, settle down. I think you'll be fine. You're winning every game by 30 points.
Yeah.
But I wish they would fight this season.
And he makes that one. Bill, we know about the love affair you have with the NBA, and you've written about it for so long. Started with the Fort Alex.
Oh, wow. My goodness. Yeah, we saw this on display in the slam dunk contest. Gordon has some major bunnies, a creative slam dunk artist.
Pass to Curry. Fires from 18. Offensive rebound. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And here's a look at some numbers for Isaac. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 11 rebounds, and just over 3 steals. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving, and of course, finds the open man.
And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. 16-point lead.
You know, you'd love to see him pull that off, but instead he goes from highlight reel to the blueprint.
And then Jericho with it up.
And Curry is so impressive. His peripheral vision is what makes him unique, in addition to his ball handling skills. He does a nice job setting up his teammates and knows how to get them the ball when they're open.
Here's Money, guarded by Curry. To the paint. Pass to Money. 5 on the clock. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Money's got 21 in the game.
Well, I tell you what, he's putting together quite a game here, knocking down shots and building upon this lead.
It's hauled in by the Magic. Bamba's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
And Bamba comes to help. Mooney gets to Durant. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
I tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And I tell you what, Greg, they've worked hard for this lead. Their play calling has been superb, and the execution even better.
Here's Curry, and another steal for him.
With every steal, he continues to march towards the record book.
Greg, looking at his season totals, he's got a good view of third most steals in a single year. What a defensive season for him.
And it was Michael Ray Richardson who tallied 265 steals back in 1980, third most ever in the NBA. I think he may have company soon.
And that's it for the first quarter in what's been a very lopsided game. Magic out in front, running away with this one. Since coming to the Warriors, Kevin Durant says he's enjoyed playing for Steve Kerr.
He just gets it. You get around people in this life, whether it's players or coaches, who are stuck in this bubble of basketball and don't realize it's almost a fantasy world. And then you get guys like Steve Kerr.
And Steve Kerr has seen it all on the basketball court. In a worldly perspective, Greg, off of it, he's not going to become a prisoner of the moment.
Keeping the right perspective really so important. You see why guys like KD love playing for him.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And a very convincing performance from the Magic so far.
Through that first one, they turned this thing into a track meet.
Yeah, outworking them right now, plain and simple. I mean, they've been terrific in the open floor.
This is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. Gordon down low with Bamba next to him. Money out there with Terrence Ross. And it's Isaac into the small forward spot. And here we are, the Warriors' final season in Oakland. Bill, they'll be moving to a brand new arena across the bay in San Francisco.
And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them, and just look at that score.
And Greg, you know, they're really controlling the pace and game right now, rushing, pushing the break, and leaving the defense in its wake.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Curry kicks to Bell. Pass to Urepko. In the corner, Iguodala with it. Back to what? Nabbing another steal.
All year long, that's been his thing, just pouncing on any chance to grab a steal.
Crowd with that swipe. He's now tied for third for most steals in a single season.
Well, to tally this many steals in a year is incredible. Tied now with Michael Ray Richardson, third most steals in a season.
The first one falls. So he picks up just one from the line that time. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. It's Curry outside, and the Warriors miss again.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Kicks it to Bamba, launches it. That's his second shot and his second.
That Bamba keeps evolving his perimeter game. Big men like him have to be able to shoot it.
Curry looking around, and the shot goes in. Curry's got 5 points in the quarter.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just gotta love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
Bamba with it, Mooney on him, and the dunk by Bamba.
And how about the 9'6" standing reach Bamba has? I mean, it's unguardable this close. Dunks it with such ease.
Outside Curry. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Here's Money. Last game an incredible scoring display for him. The pass to Ross. 6 to shoot. Over Bell. Ross. That's good. Ross has got his third basket of the night. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Magic.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
And, you know, Isaac is a high percentage shooter, takes good shots and makes a good percentage of them, and he's very skilled at getting position to throw it down on you.
You know, you look at the roster of the Golden State Warriors, in terms of talent level, Bill, where do you think they rank all time? Because they've put now 3 championships together in 4 seasons.
Yeah, it's a tough question because, you know, the Russell Celtics in the 60s, I think had the most talent, but you only also had like 8, 9, 10 teams in the league during those years. But they had teams where there was like 7 or 8 Hall of Famers. The Warriors weren't deep like that. But for what they've done in this era, I think to have, you know, 2 transcendent guys in the same team combined with 2 other guys who are in the top 20, so you have that. And then you have Curry, Thompson, and Durant, I think are probably 3 of maybe the best 8 shooters ever, or 9 shooters, whatever. So you have that over there. And then to do this in a 30-team league is basically impossible. So if you're comparing them like the 80s Celtics and the 80s Lakers, those teams probably had similar talent, but it was also a smaller league. And if you had a 30-team league in 1985, Kevin McHale's not on the Celtics. He's probably on one of the expansion teams.
Starting 4 All-Stars, the Warriors.
I don't know what I've been told.
I agree. Catching up on the changes for Golden State.
I don't know what I've been told.
Clay Thompson in for your Redco.
And just throw it up there. I mean, Bamba, as long as you time the pass right, he's going to flush that one down.
The Warriors have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. And it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Curry. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Take a look at the Magic. Things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And, of course, the Toronto Raptors, right behind them, just 1 spot down.
And I think for the Magic, you know, this happens every year. A team outperforms expectations early. You wonder, is this just an anomaly, or is this something they can sustain?
And what'll be interesting to me is to see if they can keep it up. I mean, but you're right. It's very early in the season.
And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. And with this quick break, we can show you the list of the most explosive shooting guards in the NBA so far. You take a look at Ross. Third in the league, he typically dominates out there. He can seemingly score at will.
And night after night, we see this group punish opposing defenses. I mean, if you pick one way to deal with them, they'll beat you another way.
Yeah, you don't have to take a long look at their point totals to see that this is the premier group of scorers at the premier scoring position in the NBA. Shooting guards can flat out bring it.
3 triples in the first quarter, but he's yet to knock one down here in the second.
And there's Thompson. That's good on the assist by Cousins.
And they've repeatedly thrown inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Outside Gordon. Ross against Thompson. Ross passes to Isaac. Here's Money. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Money's got 37.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggression.
Here's Isaac. Again, the magic score.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. Iguodala deciding where to go with it. Golden State moving it around. Trains it from beyond the arc. Curry's got 8 here in the quarter.
The defense not doing a good job at all getting after him. They got to crowd him and make it tough for him. That's his second this quarter.
Knocked loose. Ross dishes to Bamba. Shoots over Cousins. Bamba's shot is off. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for Golden State. And this is the first chance that...
Yeah, an interconference matchup, and these are 2 teams at different ends of the spectrum as far as the talent is concerned.
Well, you know, they swept the season series a year ago. The expectation is they'll do the same thing again this time around.
Money passes to Ross. 4 on the shot clock. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Ross has got 10 points in the game.
He's got it going here in the second, gaining momentum as this game continues to go.
Down low. Floats one up. Curry, good.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Money passes to Bamba. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And even though Bamba's got a he's strong enough to power that one through the contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Durant's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And the free throw, no good. Warriors have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Second chance shot, got a piece of it.
Great play by Ross. I mean, using that bouncing ability at the defensive end, love it.
They double him with Green. Gordon kicks to Ross. Drills it from outside. 13 points in the game.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Green finds Durant. To the middle. Here's Curry. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And a moment here to check out who the Golden State Warriors have coming up. On Thursday, they'll be facing Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons.
You know, Kevin, these guys have been playing well here at home, and this is exactly the sort of momentum they want to take with them as they head out for this upcoming set of games on the road.
Free throw good by Curry.
We are having a lot of success from the line here in the second quarter.
Stephen Curry hits them both.
Hey guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
Curry was a nice D.
Well, at best, the defense was average. I mean, he
swipes the ball away again.
and he creeps towards greatness with every steal he makes.
He has climbed his way up to the third highest steal numbers ever in an NBA season. Amazing.
Well, he has passed Michael Ray Richardson's mark of 265 steals. That set back in 1980. What a defensive juggernaut he's been all year long.
Here we can see, Kevin, where the Warriors rank in the NBA right now.
And you talk about scoring. Tough to beat a team that can fill it up at all levels. Every time you get a bucket, they're coming right back at you with one of their own.
And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
It's Curry outside. The offensive rebound. Cousins. Outside for Durant. Outside Curry. No good from outside.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
Pass to Ross. On the wing, Gordon. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Now, here's Curry. He's coming off a 28-point game against Sacramento. And the dunk by Bamba.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Fantastic speed on the break. Speed, heel, showing no mercy in transition there, partner.
He swats the ball away again.
And he's just been able to anticipate their every move.
Yeah, you're right. An absolute pest on the defensive end. Now Curry. He's got 25. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong. And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Yeah, and the confidence really at a high level. Very impressive. They feel like this game is theirs, dominating right now.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to reel his team back in the game.
Durant with the steal. Outside Curry. No good on the triple.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
Hey, Bill, thanks for coming by. Fantastic stuff as usual. We really appreciate your time.
Appreciate being on Go Celtics.
You can't root on these people.
I'm absolutely rooting. That's my team.
And Clark, always great to have Bill with us, a content creator who really taps into what the audience is thinking.
Could not agree with you more. Amen to all of that, Kevin. He's got a very loyal fan base and readers and viewers that share his vision, not just on sports, but on life. And that strong connection he has with them is admirable.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy.
Warriors shooting 33% for the night. That's a big throw on their side right now. Orlando dictating the flow. And Cousins comes over to help. And the dunk by Bamba.
And it's nice to see Bamba finding his groove. When he's in sync, he feels like he can make any shot.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure. Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
And Gordon taking advantage of the fact that when he gets up in the air like that, nobody's interested in getting in his way.
It's Curry outside, and Bamba pulls it down.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those days. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. Sometimes it's just not working for you.
Up in time, the shot misses. And so it's Orlando, able to put on a show for the ages. Defensively, they have had their sights set on Kevin Durant, and they've done a terrific job holding him in check. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Kerr. And Steve, how do you evaluate the offense you've played against so far tonight, and what's your approach for the second half?
They're a gifted team, we know that, and for the most part, I don't think we've given up a lot of easy stuff. They've hit some tough shots, but we got to just stay with it defensively.
And get the ball back to your guys on offense. Thanks, Steve. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Out in front at the half is Orlando. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny?
Well, shooters were popping open right and left. Exceptional ball movement. Guys racing off screens, spotting up, knocking down shots. That's the way you play basketball unselfishly, and it was superb, and they exploited all the weaknesses of the defense.
Jack, what are your thoughts on Golden State?
Well, the bottom line is they've got to defend the three-point line much better. They were concentrating all their effort into protecting the paint, and these guys were standing behind the line, yakum, splaka kataya, and that strategy backfired, Ernie. They gave them far too many open looks, and all those threes killed them.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What a game we're seeing from Money.
Yeah, in fact, he's posted a double-double with about half the game left to play. That's impressive.
And you know what, Greg? He's showing no signs of slowing down. Now, this game has been all him. He's been a force.
Down low, it's Green and Cousins. Curry and Thompson are the 1 and the 2. And it's Durant in at the small forward. That's the Warriors' 5. You're always looking for guys with confidence, but then some guys maybe go a little bit too far with that element, and the efficiency level will drop below the talent level. There are guys that can be swayed by that.
Yeah, you're right. And it's a mixed bag with those kind of guys because the talent is always on display, and it's hard not to appreciate it, but the inconsistency is frustrating. Perhaps the guy who maybe best epitomizes that is Lance Stevenson, because when he's good, he can give you a lot of stuff at both ends. When he's sideways, he can hurt you a little bit too.
A shot by Curry, no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the board has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's Money, guarded by Curry. Puts it up. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Cousins, the pass to Durant. Trying to find Thompson, he gets it to him. The basket good off the assist from Durant.
And Durant just great at picking apart the defense. When they leave one of his guys open, he is quick to get the ball to them.
Money passes to Ross. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Hey, just put it anywhere up there. T. Ross will go and get it.
Golden State's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Curry from deep three-point land. And Bamba pulls it down. Bamba's got 15 rebounds here tonight.
And, you know, 1 for 4, not a good start. I mean, they've got to play with a little more energy this half.
Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
The Warriors have got just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker at the break. Curry fires from way outside. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got 8 rebounds in this game.
Can't seem to find the range here in the second. He did a great job in the first, hitting 3 from outside.
And Cousins comes over to help. Passes it to Bamba. In, and his hot hand continues. 10 of 11 from the floor, and looking for more.
Loving the toughness there from Bamba. Just needs to keep proving that he.
And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. And we'll get a look here where the shots have been coming from for him.
And right now, there's nothing the defense can do. You can see them stretching further and further out to guard him beyond the arc, but he just keeps knocking down big 3 after big 3. As a fan, you love it. And as a defender, you just hope it ends soon.
Here's Money, guarded by Curry. He lobs it up, and the dunk by Bamba.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, you know, it's got to be terribly deflating for the opposition. Boy, they look helpless. Really getting beat up, physically and emotionally.
Curry can't get it to go.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team. And beginning to pull away. Really effective play calling halfway through this one.
Well, you know, you got to give them credit. I mean, they flipped the switch, and they're not looking back now.
And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. And the Warriors with possession here. Out to Thompson. And the Warriors miss again.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Money. The shot from the low post is good. Money's got 46 points.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Look at Oklahoma City. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And of course, the Warriors, 2 games back.
Well, for the Warriors, as talented a team as they are, has performed at a very high level this season. Everything's gone according to plan up to this point.
And they're not a team that other teams look forward to facing. They're only going to get scarier the deeper into the season we get.
Curry's shot is good.
And Kevin, that 3-ball of Curry dead. I mean, you feel like it's going in as soon as he lets it go, no matter where, what angle, or how deep.
Great D that time from Green.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Outside for Durant. Offline with his 3.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. But he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it. And you know, one of the areas where the Orlando Magic struggled was with consistency, but not only on the floor, but across the franchise. A lot of coaching turnover the past decade.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Magic have gone through a lot of coaches, as you said.
Yeah, lack of continuity at that position could really derail any momentum you're attempting to build. And the same can be said about their players. A lot of trades and turnovers with the roster. That's not a recipe for consistent success.
And the basket by Curry.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
Here's Money, and the rejection by Curry. And he's able to get it back. Here's Gordon. From 13 feet, it goes down. Gordon's got 6 points in the quarter.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Golden State moving the ball around. Curry's shot is off. And the Magic with possession. They're on a 17-7 run. Here's Bamba, and the dunk by Bamba.
The activity from Bamba when he's playing with a high motor, watch out.
And for the Warriors, they're shooting a pretty sorry 29% from the floor here. Iguodala kicks it to Looney. Pass to Urepko. Orlando grabs the miss. Money's got 6 rebounds in the game. Curry with the defensive effort. And so Curry will bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. Urepko dishes to Curry. A three-pointer off the mark.
Oh, I'm surprised he couldn't put that away. I mean, the defense clearly botched an assignment, leaving him open.
And the dunk by Bamba.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk.
Guys, I tell you, there are assists, and then there are delicious dimes. This was the latter.
Money passes to Bamba. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. Now let's step back and have a look at the top passing teams in the NBA this season. Number 1, the Magic. In 3rd, the Warriors.
Really pass the ball well all season. They share it, they move it. It's really a pleasure to watch how they approach the game.
Really easy to appreciate Isaac, Kevin. I mean, a solid teammate who's always ready to share the sugar.
Poke loose. Here's Curry. And again, no good by Golden State.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Just a touch. I mean, it seems like he's forcing shots a little bit to me, Greg. Not playing his game right now. And with every miss, the pressure intensifies.
Isaac kicks to Ross. Clock at 6. Back to Isaac. Here's Gordon. And there the Magic with another bucket.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Ross against Iguodala. The pass to Curry. Can they get it? He can't get it to go.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And that's a foul called on Money. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And the Warriors with some changes. Jordan Bell comes in for Draymond Green. And Cook sub in for Curry. Here's Urepko. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And it's Cook missing. Gordon for 3. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
They're struggling to keep up.
And we'll see if they can turn things around, Kevin. On this trip, they can't continue to come up empty.
Here's Money. Good, he hits again.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Iguodala against Ross. Pass to Louis. To the inside. Money. Feeds to Bamba. Here is Cook. And it's sent back by Isaac.
What a wingspan Isaac has. I mean, this guy is incredible at denying shots, and he loves to do it.
And Livingston is checked in for the Warriors. And so it's Golden State with it. Pass to Louis. He kicks to Livingston. Just 5 to shoot. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And again, no good by Golden State. Orlando's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the 3rd quarter so far. On pass to Gordon. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Hey, it's pretty simple. When Gordon is connecting like he is now, I mean, you got to keep getting the ball to him. He often takes high-quality shots.
It's blocked. Here's Money. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Magic.
their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
You know, one other area they're doing well in is steals. I mean, they've knocked the ball loose a number of times and been able to track it down after the fact.
And Bamba with the basket on the assist from Ross. 32 points for Mohamed Bamba.
He's been turned up this quarter, showing a lot of confidence and sinking a lot of his shots.
Looney passes to Livingston, and good off the lead pass that time.
Good job putting the pass in front of him, throw it where he's supposed to be, not where he is, paving the way right to the bucket.
And Sean Livingston, one of the most unique players in the league, Greg.
6'7" point guard who excels hitting turnaround jumpers in the post. A bouncy finisher around the rim, a personal defender, and really a cagey playmaker. No one else like him in our league.
Hits the three-point bomb.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, hey, they've been clearly the better team.
That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time. And here's what the schedule for Orlando looks like. On Wednesday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Portland Trailblazers. Then on Friday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
And they are looking at a ton of road games in the next stretch, but this team shouldn't fear the idea of it. They've been more than capable of getting wins on the road, and I wouldn't expect anything less on this trip.
Here's Money. He's covered by Livingston. And another assist for him.
Another possession, another assist.
You know, Greg, he's sharing the ball well, hitting his guys in their spots. Iguodala against Ross. Iguodala kicks to Livingston. 1:02 left to play in the third. They get a hand on it. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Gordon. And it's Gordon with the finish.
And Gordon, with that strength and athleticism, made a tough shot look easy despite the contact.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline. It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
Iguodala kicks to Livingston. 30 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Money. Inside, Bamba. There's the pass to Money. The second chance effort. And another one falls. Amazing. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
And here's Livingston. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. And so it's Orlando holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. And they created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
You know I come around and rock it. You know I come around and rock it. You know I come around and rock it. Hold up.
In a moment now, as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. Gordon down low with Bamba next to him. Terrence Ross is out there with Money, and it's Isaac in at the 3 slot. Over in the corner, Livingston. And a miss there on the triple. And for the Magic, their shooting has been wild. 76%. That's just unbelievable. It's good from long range. 63 points for money.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Well, you know, the D just hasn't been there for real. I mean, these shooters are getting any perimeter shot they want. It's a bunch of warm-up jump shots out there.
Bogut gets the bucket.
Yeah, good defense, but just better offense by Bogut.
Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. It's stolen by Bogut. Now the Warriors moving it up. Ahead, here's Thompson. Golden State moving it around. Livingston, no luck. And it's the Magic with the ball. Bamba passes to Money, and Durant comes to help. Here's Money. That one, no good. So Golden State will take it the other way. To the left wing, Livingston. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got rebound number 13 with that last one.
Oh! Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And that's a foul called on Money. That will get him his fourth foul of the game.
And that fourth foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Isaac with the steal.
Great reflexes to get a hand on that pass and go the other way with it.
And so the ball out of bounds. Bogut touched it last. Down low. From 10 feet out.
And capable of defending multiple positions, Bell has the speed and length to annoy anyone. Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Livingston, that's good.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
Here's Money. He's covered by Livingston. Here's Money. Again, the Magic score.
Great basketball from him, Kevin. A commanding performance, helping add to the lead this quarter.
Golden State's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Now, here's Livingston. He's guarded by Ross. A shot by Johnson, and no one's around. Off target from three-point range. Clark, when you play, you are dominant inside. Are you surprised at how perimeter-oriented the game now has evolved into?
No, not really, Kevin, because of the three-point line and what it means. The game was created as a game of putting the ball in the basket. Initially, it was by getting the ball as close as you could to the basket with big guys with drives, and now with the three-point line, the shooting has become a premium, and it's really one of the great elements of the game for me, and I love the way folks are playing it now.
Defensive rules have sure made a big difference in this game, haven't they?
Yeah, great point.
Here's Livingston, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry.
Well, you need both to make it special, and they pulled it off just right.
Back to Durant, the three, and Bamba pulls it down. The Magic have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Money passes to Isaac. Here's Money. Tipped away. Back to Isaac. He tries for 3, and again it's the Magic from deep.
Man, I like the deep ball of Isaac there, man. Has good touch for a big fella, and he shoots it with confidence.
Now here's Durant. Bamba passes to Money. The Warriors pull it in. Livingston with it. Here's Bogut. Plays it up and banks it in.
and really aggressive inside. Bogut making a strong move.
Orlando's Money passes to Gordon. It's stolen by Bell. This is the Gordon. And again, another assist. Dishing it all over the place in this one.
He's tallying them up in bunches.
And for the Warriors, they're shooting the pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. Offense not doing their best work of late. Thompson in the corner. And he's going to get whistled for that foul. Gee, that was intentional. Let's check in. To the paint. Here's Livingston. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Here's Money. We're hearing more players and coaches express their political beliefs, their social concerns, trying to, in a positive way, affect change play.
Yeah, Kevin, I applaud it, respect it, admire it, and can't get enough of it. As long as players and coaches are well informed about that which they talk about, and most of the NBA guys are. And I think it's important wherever we are in life that we use our platform to express our views. That's part of what being a citizen of this country is about. So I don't think you necessarily compartmentalize your life. There are issues that are dear to you, that you want to speak out on and educate yourself about, and you use your platform for that purpose while performing your job, which just happens to be playing NBA basketball or coaching NBA basketball.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. Greg, you look at the lineup for the reigning champs. When healthy, this team starts 5 all-star players at every position.
And even with Boogie coming back from a devastating injury, this team is scary. People immediately called it the best team ever.
And another assist for him.
Yeah, tack another one up for him as his assist totals continue to climb.
And GA, with all the assists he has so far, he's got a good look now at catching up to the third most in a single game. With the teardrop, and it's blocked.
Oh, the main weapon in Bamba's attack, the slender, long arms he possesses, helps him block lots of shots.
Kevon Looney is checked in for Andrew Bogut. Here is Cook. He's guarded by Ross. Good.
Well, he's been excellent thus far, Kevin, but it still hasn't been enough to get them the lead.
Here's Money. Bell with the block. Livingston looking for the opening. Passes it to Looney. On the wing, it's Iguodala. Kicks to Cook. Launches a three. Orlando grabs the miss. Gordon's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Magic moving the ball around. Another possession, another assist. The chemistry he has with his guys is impressive.
Keeping his head on a swivel, actively seeking out his teammate.
Well, Terrence Ross can be great at times, but consistency certainly has been an issue for him.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a vapor trying to grab hold of that consistency for Ross. One game he's great, the other game you don't know he's out there. This is a player that once had 50 points in a game, but has struggled to find that same kind of drive game. The game's outside shot has taken a nosedive a bit, as has his overall shooting percentage. Yet he's still relatively young, so this guy could bounce back.
Look. Offensive rebound. Bell's shot is good.
And how about the ferocity of Bell? It's admirable. He crashes the boards with such an animalistic nature.
Here's Money. Tries again. And Gordon with the lay-in. Good. Gordon's got 39.
They've gotten very aggressive on the offensive glass here in the second half, getting a lot of second chance points.
Pass to Cook. Down low, he's looking for Bell and finds him. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Such an active player. We love seeing Bell give up his body and be rewarded for the hustle.
To the middle. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And you look at Andre Iguodala, the first ever player to win a Finals MVP without starting a single game in the regular season.
That tells you something about his unselfishness and, at the same time, his under-the-radar impact on winning. His willingness to accept that six-man role right from the beginning, I really feel helped set the tone in that Warriors locker room.
And it's Cook with the ball for Golden State. Here's the three. Ross grabs the board. Ross has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And still, he's scoring. But they could use just a little bit of help from him.
Yeah, great hustle from Gordon using his patented vertical to sky up for the board.
The Warriors shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. Here's Money. Mark, these days, less emphasis on divisional rivalries, more emphasis, it seems, on conference rivalries. You reading that the same way?
Yeah, I am, and I think part of it is because winning your division doesn't necessarily affect your playoff seeding the way it used to. And I think if we get rid of conferences, the rivalries could shift again. So I've already laid out my position on conferences. Let's stay East and West.
And it's Jonathan Isaac with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And so it's Golden State with it. Here's Livingston. And again, no good by Golden State. Orlando's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, you look back to the Orlando Magic season last year, and they had a very hot start. I mean, but then faded badly as the calendar flipped and ended second to last in the East.
The first one falls. As you said, the Magic lost all early momentum they had at the start of last season.
And Kevin, in all candor, how they finished wasn't the worst thing for them. I mean, they were able to land a very high draft pick because of that. So when you're struggling and trying to move forward, being able to build through the draft is not a bad way to go.
1:30 left in the 4th quarter. And Bell kicks to Iguodala. Just 4 to shoot. And it's sent back by Isaac.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Magic.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in there about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance from Money.
You know, getting a triple-double isn't easy because I never had one of those, but somehow he made it look easy, just showing you how versatile his game is.
And that one drops for him.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Exactly. Cold-blooded. Separation solidified. Great effort.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Another steal. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
No doubt about it, partner, but unfortunately the flip side of that coin, the drive home for the hometown fans, will be rather flat.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
Tell you what, you'd hate to be the guy having the responsibility of guarding him.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Owen, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.